Tonight, we've learned that efforts to recall 3 Richland school board members are taking a step forward. This is a legal battle stretching back more than a year. We got to enjoy a sunny and really nice day today, but we are talking steadily warming temperatures on the way for your holiday weekend. We've got the details coming up in your First Alert weather forecast. And still ahead tonight, we're talking about Washington State University cutting back on its athletic program as they're facing budget shortfalls.
Now, KAPP KVEW local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin with a shooting investigation in Kennewick. Witnesses told police someone got out of a car in the area of West Clearwater and North Union Street and started shooting just before 1:30 this afternoon. Police say this is still an active investigation. We're waiting on more information from them and we'll bring you that update when we get it. The Kennewick Fire Department responded to a house fire Monday night, and it was the third one in just over 24 hours. That's kept firefighters from all over our area busy in what's already proving to be an early wildfire season. Here's a look at what they're asking from you tonight. 3 house fires in just more than 24 hours in Kennewick. This on top of responding to area wildfires and assisting other local agencies with their fire troubles. On Sunday evening, the Zintel Creek Canyon fire burned 25 to 30 acres and ignited a house fire. The house was a total loss, leaving 5 people without a place to go home to. Firefighters responded to other fire emergencies Monday, but another fire, this time at a garage on the 5700 block of Entiet Place, just before 3 p.m. Firefighters responded quickly, breaking into the garage to put out the blaze. One resident there was treated for smoke inhalation. Just before 7:30 p.m. Monday night, fire crews from Kennewick, Pasco, and Benton County Fire District 1 responded to a home on Garfield Street. Fire officials say this fire appears to have started on the back patio of the home and spread quickly through the backyard and the house. Everyone inside got out okay, but now 8 people need to find temporary housing as the fire caused too much damage. Kennewick Fire Chief Chad Michael says he wants people to think before doing any activities that could result in a fire. With our dry and windy conditions, even what appears to be a harmless activity could quickly become an emergency, not only for themselves, but for others around them. Michael also asks people who see a fire to report it immediately, as early detection is key in getting the fire under control. And new tonight from Kittitas County, the sheriff's office says a teen died after being thrown from a makeshift raft on the Cle Elum River. Authorities say a group of 7 people from Moses Lake and the Warden area tried to float the river, but their raft got caught, then swamped by the fast-moving water. 6 members of that group were able to get to shore, but about 2 hours later, rescue divers found the 17-year-old's body trapped under a submerged log. Authorities say he was wearing a flotation device, but the river right now is too high and it's too rough for even the most experienced swimmers. And we are seeing some cooler weather than the extreme heat from last week, but we are seeing temperatures warm up as we get towards the weekend and the unofficial start of summer. Jason Valentine has a look at what to expect in the next 24 hours.
Good Tuesday, everyone. We're moving along the week. Hope you had a wonderful day today. And as we move into tomorrow, we're looking at more similar conditions to what we saw today. Overnight is going to be clear, and then we're going to move into much more sunshine tomorrow. Highs, we're starting to incrementally get a little bit warmer every day as we move along towards our holiday weekend. And we're going to see that again tomorrow, getting right around our average for this time of year. Now, we do have a chance of seeing some isolated thunderstorms. If those do happen tomorrow, they'll be very quick if they come to your area. Also, winds are going to remain light today, 10 to mile per hour to light. So again, just a little bit less than we saw on Monday, and they're going to build slightly as we get into our weekend. But still, a very nice Memorial Day weekend is on the way, and instead of going from the 70s to the 90s, we're going from the 70s to the 80s, at least as we get to Thursday and Friday. So warmer temperatures are on the way after a pretty cool Tuesday today. I'll get you ready for that in my full forecast that's coming up. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. The Benton County Elections Division says an effort to recall several Richland school board members will be on the August primary ballot. Now, a lot has happened since the board meeting last year that started this saga. Tonight, our Madeline Hagan gives us a recap of what you need to know before voting this summer.
Now that the Benton County Auditor's Office has certified all of those signatures, you'll have the opportunity to make your voice heard on the August 1st primary ballot. 5,753 were verified for Audra Bird, 5,788 for M. Semi Bird, and 5,723 were verified for Carrie Williams. The three have been accused of violating the Open Public Meetings Act, violating the law by withdrawing the mask mandate, and violating district policies.
And I move that effective immediately, we vote to go to mask choice for the Richland School District throughout the school district, and that's effective immediately.
However, the Resist the Recall effort has remained adamant. Removing the mandate was to better students' mental health, and a mandate is not law because it wasn't written into the revised code of Washington. Coming up later tonight on KAPP Local News at 6 o'clock, we'll have a recap of how we ended up here to the recall on the August primary. Reporting in Richland for KAPP Local News, I'm Madeline Hagan.
Thanks, Maddie. And the city of Yakima could see a shortfall of $7 to $8 million in the general fund in the next few years. The Yakima Fire Department is presenting its proposed cuts tonight. Departments that rely on the general fund, like the fire department, have been asked to make a 10% cut. Fire officials say that would mean a loss of $1.7 million for their department. And since most of their budget is used for personnel, that is where those cuts would have to come from. They're currently looking at losing 12 firefighting positions.
Our options are, we have one less company running out of the busiest station in town, or, we close a fire station.
Fire officials say they are pitching City Council the idea of becoming a regional fire authority independent of the city, but it's an idea that hasn't gained traction in the past. Washington State University is cutting back, putting a temporary freeze on hiring for all current and future vacant positions in the athletics department. They're also pausing professional development and any non-essential travel. The reason is WSU President Kirk Schultz wrote to staff saying that closing out the fiscal year is going to be more challenging than originally thought. One of the problems is that Pac-12 schools are getting a lot less money, and they're still working out a deal to figure out where those games will be aired. Moving the Pac-12 headquarters went over budget, and KXLY reports WSU athletic projects also went over budget because of a lack of documentation. We brought you a story in March about a Yakima bookstore that was potentially closing its doors. Now, thanks to a new owner, it won't be. The owner has always dreamed of owning a bookstore and decided when she saw Encore Books was closing that she would go take it over. She's planning to keep their same policies about trading in books for credit and the balance on those accounts. She's also looking forward to making some changes, like adding more manga books and new releases, updating the children's section, and partnering with local authors for events.
It's just been like a dream from the very beginning. I never thought it would happen this early in life, but it happened sort of naturally, and it was a blessing.
Now, one thing you do need to know, the store hours have changed. The bookstore is now closed on Saturdays, but it's open Monday through Friday 10 to 5:30 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Tonight, UPS is in the middle of contentious labor negotiations that are raising concerns about a potential strike in the not too distant future. The Associated Press reports UPS moves about 24 million packages per day. That adds up to around a quarter of all the packages shipped in the United States. And it means if UPS workers go on strike, we could see another round of serious supply chain issues. Now, the Teamsters president went into negotiations telling UPS he wants a deal by August 1st. That is 11 weeks away from tonight. The CEO of UPS told investors she is confident they'll be able to come to an agreement before then. A potentially dangerous situation in Washington, D.C. Authorities say a driver used a rented U-Haul truck to crash into security barriers near the White House. The driver of that truck is now in police custody. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has the details.
Law enforcement tells ABC News the driver of the U-Haul, identified as 19-year-old Cy Kandula, traveled from St. Louis to Dulles, where he rented the truck and drove to the White House. Witnesses saw the box truck speeding down D.C. streets just before 10 p.m. Then the driver crashed into a section of security barriers on the north side of Lafayette Square, across from the White House.
And the truck cut right in front of the path that I was going to take onto the sidewalk. So this was probably no more than 25 feet in front of me.
The truck then hit the barricades a second time.
thought maybe it was just an accident, and then the U-Haul backed up and rammed it again.
After ramming the barrier, authorities say Kandula got out of the truck and began waving a flag with what appeared to be a swastika on it. And that's when officers from the U.S. Park Police detained him. The Secret Service cordoned off a multi-block perimeter surrounding the White House and the park. A bomb-detecting robot was used to sweep the rental truck, but no explosives were found. Sources tell ABC News the FBI interviewed Kandula and told law enforcement he wanted to seize power, take over the government, and kill the president. Authorities are also looking at Kandula's mental health as part of the investigation. Kandula is facing 5 charges, including assault with a dangerous weapon and threatening the president. No one was injured during the incident. Alexis Christophorus, ABC News, New York.
Now that security scare was very real, but a viral picture claiming to show an explosion at the Pentagon absolutely was not. Tonight, we're going to talk about the real-world impact this fake picture had, and it happened all within a matter of hours. Plus, taking a live look outside, nothing scary here, a beautiful late spring day, but temperatures are once again warming up as we head towards Memorial Day weekend. Jason Valentine has your first alert forecast next on KAPP Local News at 5.
Many people who deserve Social Security, disability, and workers' compensation benefits are denied.
If you were denied, you want an experienced attorney's personal attention.
I personally handle each workers' comp case.
And I personally handle each Social Security disability case.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630, Bothwell and Hamill.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
The pursuit of happiness starts with a good night's sleep.
It's your patriotic right to get fantastic savings on premium quality mattress sets.
We source from local manufacturers to get the finest quality and comfort at the lowest price.
During our Patriot Sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like $3.99 for a queen-size Sealy plush mattress.
Or an adjustable bed for $9.99.
To celebrate, come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot Sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Reel in a fortune during the $200,000 Fishing for a Fortune at Wild Horse Resort and Casino with over $7,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Cash your line and win up to $750 free play, $1,000 cash, or hook a new 15-foot Alaskan DLX boat. Play Wednesdays and multiply your entries. Use your club wild card and earn points and win special prizes from Billy's Bait Shop. Reel in your next fortune today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
It's a celebration of Merlot this summer in Walla Walla, July 13th through the 15th. Join more than 50 Walla Walla wineries for Celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium Merlots during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Participate in this full sensory experience from July 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Well, Memorial Day is less than a week away, and we are getting ready with a flag swap here in Kennewick. Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick and KAPP hosted a flag swap today. The Great American Flag Swap. It took place this afternoon in Kennewick for anyone to bring a worn or tattered flag over and get a brand new one in exchange. Taylor Wicks with Rick's Fencing explains, even though there were a limited number of flags available today, this isn't the only opportunity to get a new one.
This is our first time hosting the Great American Flag Swap. We're really excited to do this twice this year. We're going to be here to prep everybody for Memorial Day, and then we'll be back around 4th of July, June 27th. You can come up and pick up your flag.
Now, the next Great American Flag Swap is a week before the 4th of July. That's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Rick's is located at 9120 West Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick. And they also explained today they plan to properly dispose of the flags that were dropped off. Well, trending tonight, it's an image much too similar to what we saw on 9/11. A cloud of black smoke billowing next to a bureaucratic-looking white building that spread on social media with the hashtag Pentagon. That picture alone rattled financial markets. They're already on edge over the debt ceiling, but it was all a fake. ABC's Andrew Dimbert explains.
A new look at the potential impact of AI-generated images after a fake picture appeared to rattle Wall Street.
A simple AI-generated fake image sparked about a $100 billion stock market move.
Yesterday, numerous Twitter accounts shared this fake image showing smoke billowing near a white building, leading some to believe an explosion occurred near the Pentagon when in fact no such incident took place. While ABC News has not determined the source, the image contains the hallmarks of being made with artificial intelligence.
We talk all the time about social media platforms. Every story is flattened. You can't tell where it comes from or who is producing it. This is a perfect case in point.
The image was first posted on Twitter at 8:42 a.m. At 10:03, a Russian state-controlled news outlet tweeted the image to its millions of followers. The stock market took a dip over the next several minutes until 10:09, when authorities made it clear there was no explosion. Experts have warned of hyper-realistic fake images deceiving people online as the accessibility of AI-powered tools grows.
This is only the smallest effect that can only grow. So what we're seeing today is only a small example of what is to come as this grows in complexity.
Industry leaders have pointed to AI's ability to solve problems quickly, and the technology has already contributed to medical research. But last week, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, urged lawmakers to act quickly to regulate artificial intelligence.
My worst fears are that we, the field, the technology, the industry, cause significant harm to the world.
Many of the Twitter accounts that spread the hoax carried blue check marks, which previously meant the accounts were verified. But under new owner Elon Musk, Twitter now gives a blue check to any account that pays a monthly fee. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Now, CNN reports the account that originally posted that picture has been suspended by Twitter. But it's not clear yet who was behind that account or where the image came from.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday evening, everyone. Again, hope you had a wonderful day today. It's warming up tomorrow just slightly as we're just slowly starting to warm up towards our weekend. We could see some light rain, even a quick thunderstorm or two as we get into tomorrow. I'll get to that in our future cast, and we are warming up into that holiday weekend. Though we'll cool back down a little bit as we head into the weekend itself. So tomorrow we're going to get right around our average, which is mid to upper 70s to around the 80-degree mark for our areas. And again, we're going to be remaining right there through Thursday. Then we'll see that spike as we get to Friday, just in time for the weekend. Mid to upper 80s across the board. We'll stay there Saturday and then start to cool down to closer to our average as we get to Sunday and Monday. But still, a fine week is ahead and more sunshine than not. Now, winds, they slowed down today from the 10 to 20 mile per hour winds to 10 to light. So a little bit of breeze at times. Other than that, much lighter winds. That's going to continue tomorrow, slightly up Thursday and Friday, and then for your weekend, Saturday through Monday, we expect between 10 and 15 miles per hour. So a little bit of breezy conditions, also hearkening in those cooler temperatures as we get to Sunday and Monday. So for our future cast, as we move into our overnight period, again, a little bit of shower activity just in the periphery of Walla Walla overnight into tomorrow. As we get to the noon hour, chance of seeing a little bit of scattered showers, and again, it could be in the form of a thunderstorm too for Toppenish, Yakima, and then a little bit more into the Blues, possibly the Mid-Columbia, and just outside the Yakima, Toppenish areas. And then it'll come back as we get to Thursday morning for Yakima. Then we could see a little bit of afternoon as we get into Walla Walla. So just, again, an occasional isolated thunderstorm is possible for the next couple of days. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on that. So in our almanac, we are just a little bit below our average today, but a little bit above in our overnight low. Nowhere near the record, even though we did break some records last week. Just under the average today for the Tri-Cities and just over it. So kind of equals out, and we're going to continue to see warmer temperatures into the next couple of days. So our countdown, hey, we're just 6 days away from Memorial Day. 26 days away from Father's Day, and 27 days, just a little under 4 weeks from Juneteenth. All right, as we move into our overnight period, we are in the mid to upper 40s or around 50 degrees. Mostly clear, should be very, very calm overnight. As we move into tomorrow, keep an eye out for those possible isolated thunderstorms. Other than that, mid to upper 70s to lower 80s for parts of the mid-Columbia. Maybe a little bit more cloud coverage as well. 7-day forecast, and as we move into the Tri-Cities, just looking very, very nice. Again, despite the chance of seeing an isolated thunderstorm or two, more sunshine than not. Then we'll be peaking Friday and Saturday and then cooling down into those mid to lower 80s for Sunday into our next work week. Overnight lows get back to those 60s as we get to Thursday late night. But folks, a nice week ahead. Just keep an eye out for a quick shower or two. Yakima area, 77 tomorrow, then to those mid-80s Friday and Saturday, and then averaging out to around 80 degrees Sunday into our next work week. Overnight lows returning to the 50s. So folks, a nice bit cool day today. We're going to be just a bit warmer tomorrow as we build towards that very warm Memorial Day weekend ahead. Just keep an eye out for an isolated thunderstorm or two tomorrow, especially in the Yakima Valley in the Blues.
Thanks, Jason. Tonight we're talking about the use by, best by, and expiration dates that you see in the grocery store. What do they all mean? Well, one lawmaker in Congress is just as confused, and he's calling for clarity. That's next on KAPP Local News. And we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code, which is also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download, and there's no subscription fee to use it.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Tonight, the very last days to get a debt deal, with the U.S. at a real risk of defaulting and so much for you at stake. Where things stand, more Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
Stay tuned to learn more about this limited time offer from Renewal by Andersen.
Have you been looking at replacing your home's windows or doors? If so, I'm sure price is a huge factor. At Renewal by Andersen, we're really proud of our fair pricing policy.
We're a typical middle-class family. We have a budget. We need to be aware of where our money's going. And the great thing about Renewal by Andersen was they actually had several financing options that were going to make sense for our situation.
So, let's talk windows. Our Fibrex window material is like the gold standard in the industry. It's a composite material that lasts longer, performs better, and is actually 2 times stronger than vinyl. Okay, so you're carrying this out to your back deck, but you gotta stop and try to shove open that patio door. That can be real frustrating. The dual ball bearing adjusters on our patio doors help the doors to glide easily. At Renewal by Andersen, we've been doing this a long time, and we know that you don't want some hard sell sales pitch. We'll visit your home, see exactly what you have, and then give you an exact price quote. And we'll honor that price for a whole year so that there's no pressure. Let us give you a price on the windows and doors that you will love.
We had the intention of looking at different companies, doing some due diligence, and we started with Renewal by Andersen, and it was such a compelling conversation and process that we ended up not even looking any further.
Before May 31st, save 20% on windows and save 20% on patio doors. Save an extra $1,000 on your entire project. Plus, make no payments and pay no interest for 1 year. This offer ends May 31st. For a free appointment with Renewal by Andersen, scan the code or call 509-497-5400. That's 509-497-5400.
Welcome back. There is a new push to set national standards for the way that food is labeled. Right now, you might see sell by, use by, or even best by on packages in the store. What does any of that mean? Right now, it could mean anything. There's no federal standard. it's entirely up to the food maker, and opponents say that's not necessarily a measure of how safe your groceries are.
How about your salt and pepper? You got to throw out the salt and pepper because suddenly someone came up with a random date on that. Food manufacturers can pick a random unscientific date and game the system. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, probably might want you to buy their food more often. So, they put a date on there that may not necessarily be the actual date it goes bad.
Representative Josh Gottheimer is asking the FDA to create a standard version of all the freshness and food safety requirements. For now, the FDA says you should not entirely rely on the date on the package to determine if food is safe to eat. Now, we have information about food safety and what you need to check to determine if something is safe to eat. That's over on our website, yaktrynews.com. And we'll have a final look at your forecast when we come back. Still ahead, World News Tonight has continuing coverage of that security scare as a U-Haul truck slammed into gates near the White House. What we now know about the 19-year-old suspect coming up tonight at 5:30.
This newscast is sponsored by Taco Time.
During our Patriot sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like a Sealy Queen mattress for $3.99.
Come to Mattress Depot USA
before our Patriot sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Are you making these money mistakes that will
ruin your employees?
Act rich, get rich.
It's new, it's gross, it's Bitcoin. Crypto, baby! Are you wondering, how am I making money? How am I traveling the world and just living my best life? Well, it's pretty easy, okay?
See what I mean? Let's talk about managing your money in real life.
Mom, get out of here!
Thank you.
Find a healthier approach to money at Gisa.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, 1 sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours.
You deserve a great mattress. Get one now with no credit needed for just $39 down and 100 days same as cash. Only at Mattress Depot USA.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Welcome back. History-making astronaut Ellen Ochoa visited the very first school named after her and got to hear a special tribute from students. Dr. Ochoa was the first Hispanic woman to travel to space. She later became the director of NASA's Johnson Space Center. Pasco's Ochoa Middle School is named after her, and during her visit today, students performed a song that was composed by the music instructor inspired by a quote from Dr. Ochoa. We'll hear her response to that special tribute coming up on KAPP Local News at 6. But for right now, let's take a final look at that gorgeous late spring forecast.
All right, let's get you ready for tomorrow. Your Wednesday, we're just a touch warmer. And again, we're a little above our average. Tomorrow is we're a little below our average today. More sunshine for the Tri-Cities. In Yakima, you could see a stray isolated thunderstorm or two. Highs in the mid-70s. In Walla Walla, we're in the mid-70s as well. Definitely the warmest day of the week there. And in Ellensburg, we're in the lower 70s. So a fine Wednesday is on the way. It's getting slowly warmer, but again, keep an eye out for an isolated thunderstorm or two.